got these new tail lights. I want to see if that's actually going to work too. What I'd like to do is get these over here, turn signal left and right, be kind of hidden, see how that goes. Nothing too fancy, some eBay specials, but hoping this will work. Haven't really tested this. This is gonna be the first time, so let's see. Fingers crossed. That actually might work out really well. Luckily, got some nice little tools in the back of this R6 that are already in there, which is fantastic. Oh, that looks like it's gonna work out really well. That's awesome. See, what we're doing is these guys here, they're gonna ride around over here. So if we get a look, this is the bolt that I'm using right here. Fair and stay over here bolt to kind of secure this blinker housing. And then once it's in there, it's gonna be looking like this. So it's gonna be pretty hidden far back. It'll be nice and bright once you're making those turn signals happen. So I can bring it in closer so you can see it. Riding them right in between here. Just kind of going in behind. You can see the turn signal right there in the corner. Same with this side. Right in between here. Just kind of go through it. Looks like there's two other screws, bolts right here. This one and this one. We got to take right out to get to the wiring for the LED lights and the brake light as well. So I'm gonna work on that. So these clips are kind of recessed down in there. I don't know if you can see it so well, but I'm gonna use a little pick to kind of get these clips out. Right down in, they're recessed inside there. So I can then remove the clip. Next, there's a bolt here that I removed, and this is the partner and bolt that's gonna hold the clip on for the rear seat. That's gotta come out also. Again, just using the Allen keys that come with the bike inside of the rear seat housing. Okay, so now I've got to the bolts that are actually holding the plate cover, or the license plate holder. Basically this hideous thing in the back that's supposed to hold my license plate. I'm trying to get rid of that. And the turn signals, which will then be my homemade fender eliminator kit. So, improvising. I don't have enough leverage to make this work with just my fingers. So, I've got a trusty wrench here, crescent wrench, that I'm going to use to go ahead and give me more leverage to be able to turn that out. So that way I can remove the license plate holder. One thing I did was just hang down this bungee cord just to hold it while I'm going ahead and removing the final two bolts that are holding that plate frame right underneath all these cables. Those two guys right there. This way it doesn't drop out when I go ahead and remove it completely. Yes, that's exactly where that big monstrous ugly thing belongs. Right there on the floor off of this beautiful bike. And we got it all out. Now we got to work on making our fender eliminator just so we can hang our plate on there and reuse the bolts. Get some nuts to kind of fit into those bolts and make like a little bracket with some L-shaped brackets to hold my plate up, and that should work out nicely. Alright, so now I have to find out which wire is which. So I know these two are for my turn signals. I just got to test them with my multimeter to find out which is which, left, right, and which one's power, which one's ground. Be right back to show you how to do that. Alright, so to do this, what you want to do is you have a multimeter, digital multimeter. Right now I have mine set to volts DC. That's VDC there. You guys can see that. we're looking for this guy to fluctuate. It should hit like around 12 volts or close to that when we turn the turn signal on the bike. So right now I've already done it. I do know that the left pin is going to be our power wire we need for the turn signal, but let me show you guys. Basically, we're going to go ahead and flip to the left signal. That's on now. Just using the screw, it's kind of like my ground, and then we're going to tap the left pin on the inside. Let me see if I can get all this together. It's tough to do being that I'm holding my GoPro instead of having a mount for it, but making do with what I got. That's what we do. So if we tap this left pin and we look at the multimeter, you should see that change. See that change? Now it's going to like almost 12 volts. That is going to be your power wire. So that's the one you want to connect to that shows a signal. Okay. We'll do that on the left pin. On each one of these guys, left and right, to be able to get my aftermarket signals to then make the connection and work like the old ones did. This is what I usually do to make this connection. Basically, I just strip enough of that plastic sheathing around the wire to be able to see that separation there. And then I go ahead and use my little pick here, poke like a hole, and basically thread a needle, wrap it around, tape it up, and that's, so far, for the years I've ever done this connection, has never once came out of me. You do have to make sure that you use a long enough strip of wire to be able to kind of strand around there, and then tape it up nice and tight. But other than that, never had this come loose on me once. Basically cutting back enough sheathing, and then I take this pick and I go ahead and just poke a hole. See, I got maybe a few strands in there, good enough. That way to hold it nice and secure. And I go ahead and wrap the other wire around through it and then around it.